W-O-R-D, walking our right direction. I found for myself that when I walk in a truthful direction, when I walk in my comfort zone, when I walk knowing that my truth is evident in all that I do, that I feel good about myself. Your belly resonates. We know when we're walking in the right direction. We know when we're speaking the truth. We know when we're doing our very best. It's an inner knowing, and we're the outer expression of that. I know for walking that it's a physical type thing. We move, we walk, we see. And when we walk, we're expressing the validity of our thoughts. We move and we express, we make our commitment knowing that we have the opportunity to move this truth forward. That on our path of life, that it's a complete and total commitment to that which we hold dear. It's a reflecting, it's an inner knowing. It's that which serves lots of purpose. And we also know that the ideas that we have of value and worth. So I like to think that when we walk, we're taking our thoughts out into the world. Our is an unusual word, but what I know for our, it means a personal commitment to ourselves. It relates to ourselves. It's ownership. This is our center. This is our celebration this Sunday. It gives validity and it gives strength to our desire. When we give our desire and when we state our desire and we deliver what they are, then we are living that truth which is ours. We're making a commitment to our own stuff. Whatever we say to ourselves, we're making that commitment. And what I know about right, we're walking in the right direction. Right is far more than the opposite of left. Right is that inner good. We know when we're on the right track. We know when we're saying the right thing. We know when we're doing these things. It's that inner knowing that we come to respect. It's a truthful commitment. It's a correct commitment. And it acts in accordance with the trust that we have and know. Again, our founder, Dr. Holmes, shares in the textbook, know that right is might. And when something is mighty, we know that it's a mighty moving force for good. That's one of Dr. Holmes' greatest expression. That the teaching that we have today is a mighty moving force for good. So we attain this and know this and live it. The cosmic mind is neither wishy-washy nor willy-nilly. The cosmic mind is strength. The cosmic mind is our mind, and we use that mind in every declaration that we make. That cosmic mind is positive. It's assured. It's assured of itself. And it is far more than the opposite of left. It is right. So I like to say right on. We know when we're moving in the right direction, and we are. Direction is defined as an assistance in pointing out the proper route, the line, the way that we want to take something into fruition. It's the way it's moving. And when we move in a direction, hopefully we're moving forward and not backward. That when we move forward in the truth that we are, and in the light that we are, we're giving direction to that truth commitment that we have made. In doing, we deliver our word to the world. In other words, we're walking our talk. And when we walk our talk, we are reflective to all. We welcome all on the path. And there may be differences, but that doesn't mean that ours is the only right way. I have found that in all of the religious studies that I have done, that we welcome everyone. We certainly do here at the center. What works for me may not work totally for you, but we honor and respect wherever they are. I know that there's more sameness than difference, that as we allow this to be, our life, we're making a commitment to acknowledge the individual that we meet on our path as an equal, not better. We're not better, they're not better. We are equal, and we respect from that centered state of consciousness. So as we become open and authentic, we live our spiritual truth and we speak our spiritual truth. We walk it. So as June unfolds, let me awaken to the magnificence each of us carry to our community. And when I say carry to our community, I mean all of the things that we do. Our wonderful vocalist, Minda, our pianist, and the man in the sound booth. All of us, the food angels, all of us make a commitment to our community. And it wouldn't be this community if it weren't for all of you. So know that we make a collective difference. Together, all things are done. Life is supported fully when we work with the world the way the world works for us. We don't have to be resistant to it, but when we go with the flow, life is so much easier if we're rowing a boat that we go in the direction of the water flowing. The resistance is not of purpose, and if it is, learn from that and turn your boat around and go in the current where there's harmony and goodness. What I know for me is that when all of this comes together, it's the oneness of life. It is life coming together for the betterment of our entire spiritual community here. Something that has become very empowering to me and very necessary for me is that when I find things to praise, I'm never at the mercy of attitudes or opinions of family or acquaintances. I live my truth. It doesn't mean that they can say things. They're certainly okay with that. But what they say about me or say about you, you don't have to absorb. You can wish them on their way. I had a brother that was a great person in my life, and I miss him. He's made his transition. He always had an opinion, and he always shared it. And for that, I would say, thank you, brother. And today, he was one of my greatest teachers. And I do miss him. And I often wonder how 3 of siblings could be so different than one sibling. If he hadn't looked so much like my grandfather, I would say he was not in our family. And not that my grandfather was my father. Well, anyhow, that goes on another one. There is a great family resemblance, and so he looked so Gatesy that he had to be a Gates. That's all I can say. When we maintain our focus, when we move in that direction, when we walk our talk, when we maintain it, keep it on the constructive. When we see the good, speak the good, live the good, walk the good, then we're doing good. Clarity and harmony, balance, and a complete inner peace brings savory awareness to everything that happens to us. So when we become cognizant, and when we allow that good that's all about us to hit us in the face, then we're in the boat of joy. We are in the boat of joy. We commit to life, and we do that in wonderful and great ways. And I want to revisit Dr. Barker's quote, work with your world the way it works. Life is a process of intelligence, and it is. It's like that river, it's like all of life, that when we work with what we know, we're comfortable with it. That when we open to that which is already instilled in us, it's so much easier than resisting it. So much easier. We use it with wisdom. We release it with joy, and we allow it to be. It's the way it works. So, what I want to say, brilliant beings, walking our right direction is our guide to fulfilling a life, fulfilling a life of commitment and the choices that you make. So enjoy the journey. We're on it together, and we enjoy it as a collective consciousness, as a collective family. So I want to conclude with this. Take sweet opportunities to bring laughter and fun to your world. I think that's necessary. If you don't mean it, don't say it. And like Grandmother Moses always said, life is what we make it, always has been, and always will be. And my lesson ends in love. You have another song? Okay, let's do a song and then we'll do our collection.